Excuse me, miss. What seems to be the matter?
Oh, hello. Just lost my job. They said it was seasonal, and now I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent.
Well, maybe I can help. My name is Alan LaRue, PI.
This is so exciting. This is something that Perry Mason would ask Della Street to do.
Exactly. Now we have to have a little bit more evidence before we can have her arrested. Now, Iris, this is where you come in. She knows my face. She knows what I look like. She'd recognize me. And that's why we need someone like you. Someone she doesn't know. Someone who wouldn't raise suspicion. This is Velda. She works for the Lust Jewelry Company as a secretary. Every day she leaves her home on the train. You can wait for her at the station. Her employer hired me because they believed she was stealing from the company by concealing jewelry under her clothes. Inside this box is an X-ray camera that will see through the clothes, but not the jewels. Apparently, she likes to keep the jewelry around her waist, so you need to keep the camera low and level. You only have one piece of film, so you've got one shot at this. When you're in place, simply pull the string and the shutter will release.
I'm sorry.
There's a gun in here!
I thought it was a camera. He said it was a camera. I thought I was taking your picture. I'm so sorry.
I guess you got me this time.
We'll get a doctor.
Velda Sabino. I'm Detective Taylor. This is Officer Slater. I have a few questions about your incident. Now, am I to understand you suspect your husband's behind this?
Yes, his name is Carlos Sabino. We married about 1.5 years ago.
Are you currently still together?
No, we've been separated for about 1 year now.
After the separation, did you see your husband?
Yes, sometime in October, on the train, heading to work at the Lust Jewelry Company. He offered me a ride home from the station. I wasn't feeling well.
Did you leave with him?
Yes, only he didn't take me home. He drove me out of town. He had a switchblade.
Where did he take you?
He took me to a place on Canal Street. I saw a man there hand him something. It was a pistol. He got in the car and held it to my temple. He stopped at his rented cabin. He said that if I screamed or said anything to the concierge that he would kill me. After the cabin, he took me to my sister's home, where I collapsed on the steps.
Did you ever go with your husband after that?
No.
Did you speak to any detectives?
Yes, I saw Detective O'Brien and the district attorney.
And you told them about your trips with your husband?
Yes, I did.
Did you see him again after that?
Yes. In December, my first day back at work. My sister and I took the train together. We were walking toward the station and I saw my husband hiding in an alleyway. My sister saw him too.
What happened when you got to work?
He called that very morning.
What did he say to you?
He said he was watching me, that he knew when I went to work, that he would kill me.
Did you tell the police about that?
I usually spoke to the same lieutenant. He always answered the phone. I told him to please send somebody, to have someone escort me home from work. I was afraid. I knew something terrible was going to happen, and he just said not to worry.
Now, how often did your husband call your place of work?
Every single day.
On December 30th, did you go anywhere?
I did. I went to see Police Inspector Reynolds at headquarters.
What did you tell Mr. Reynolds?
I told him I had to go to work. My husband called me every day. I knew he was going to do something terrible.
What did Reynolds say?
He called my precinct. I heard him say, There's a young lady here in hysterical condition, crying and pleading for someone to help her. He said, what are you doing? Waiting for a homicide? He told them to have detectives escort me home from work the next afternoon.
The next day, did the train arrive at the usual time?
Yes.
Did you see any detectives?
No.
Now, at the station, did you notice the girl that you now know as Iris?
Yes, she was waiting on the platform for the train.
What did you notice about her?
She was carrying a large box wrapped in brown paper.
When the train arrived, just what happened?
Well, I took about 3 or 4 steps, and then all of a sudden I heard a loud blast. I felt a very sharp pain in my leg. So I bent down to grab it. People ran toward me. I remember one girl, it was Iris. I couldn't feel my leg. It didn't feel like it was there. I was swimming in blood. I was placed on a stretcher. I remember the ambulance, the hospital. They cut off my clothes. And the next morning they cut off my leg, 6 inches above the knee.
Is this him?
Yes, that's him. He's even wearing the same suit. He said his name was Alan LaRue.
His name's Carlos Sabino. Don't worry. We'll get him.
Hello.
Where are you from?
Staten Island.
that you said didn't go to my head, 'cause I know better by now than to let my guard down for someone like you. Nothing's that you do don't break my heart in two, 'cause I've been here before. I'm closing the door to anyone like you, and I'm not one to play silly mind games, so just leave me you think that you know.